Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and hope you guys are having a great weekend. In this video today I'm going to give you my thoughts on home automation, and I'm actually going to review this product, which is the TP-Link Smart Wi-Fi plug with energy monitoring. So what is the story with home automation? Well, basically the technology these days allows us to wirelessly control a lot of the electricals in our house. And the things that come first to mind, which might be really useful for us in everyday situations, is the ability to turn on and off the lights, to turn on and off the air conditioning system, things like that, which allows us to be more efficient, to save time, and also potentially save a little bit of power. Now in those examples, if you were out all day and to be able to know that you're on the way home, it's hot, I'm going to set the air conditioning to turn on as I leave work or whatever, and then by the time you get home for the house to be really cool. Otherwise, what would be happening right now is you'd either get home and have a stinking hot house and have to blast the air conditioning and wait an hour or two for the house to cool down, or like a lot of people do, is to leave the air conditioning running the entire day, and that uses a lot of energy for something where nobody's at home. Other uses for this technology is the ability to turn lights on and off remotely. And yeah, sure, you can be lazy and not get out of bed and still be able to turn off the light. That's one thing you can use it for. But the other, which I think is a much more useful thing to do, is the ability to have the lights come on when you drive up, so that it paves the way for you to walk up the driveway and get into the front door without tripping over stuff. And the other thing is for security. So like the olden days where you had those analog plugs where you could plug things in and set timers, they're not very accurate. But these days you could set it to the exact time where you could have the lights turn on and off and actually pretend you're at home when you're on vacation, because you've got a few of these smart plugs plugged in with your lamps and whatever. And I think that would be an excellent use for this new technology. Now, I live in an older home with some renovations, and there are a few things that aren't possible at the moment. For example, our air conditioning system is not remotely controlled, so we don't even have a remote. You have to go to the wall panel and change settings. So unfortunately at this point I'm not able to control the heating and the cooling remotely, and I guess it would cost quite a lot of money to have that changed, and that's something we would look into the future. But the lights is one thing that I'm really keen to do, and that's why I basically got this smart plug. Now, I'm not in any way an expert at home automation, and what I've discovered is that there's two basic systems. There's these ones where basically you get this, you plug it into a power point and you plug an appliance into this plug, and then you can control the appliance remotely. The other thing, which I guess is much more popular but it's much more of an investment, is something like the Philips system. So basically what you've got is you've got kind of like a wireless bridge which monitors and controls all the other peripherals, and the peripherals are things like light globes. So instead of plugging a standard light with a standard light globe into a power point, what that does is you actually have a special light globe which has that technology built in, and this is obviously more designed for like permanent lights, things like the ceiling lights and stuff like that, where you're not going to have cords connecting into power points. They're already electrically wired in, and what you do is you take your conventional light globe out, you screw this new light globe on, and you're able to control like the lounge lights or kitchen lights remotely through an app or through voice or whatever. And I think that would be good, but it's a much bigger investment, and it's like $60-70 a light globe, and I'm one of those people, I guess, that don't like paying $60 or $70 for a light globe, although they might be more energy efficient and they might last longer. It just freaks me out, the fact that I have to spend that much on one light globe. So when it blows, it's like $60-70 gone from your wallet, and it feels to me much more comfortable to be able to just use standard light globes and plug it in. But that obviously only works for portable lamps and stuff like that. It doesn't work for your ceiling lights because there is no plug that you can take out and plug into your smart plug. That's the trade-off between the two. These plugs, these PowerPoint plugging things are much cheaper than those Philips light globes with the bridge and stuff like that. So you need to decide what it is that you want to do with it and which one is more useful for you. I personally feel that I don't want to make that investment up front, so I'm going to try this. And also, it's less of a big deal to me to be able to turn like the kitchen downlights on remotely. I'd rather be able to just use a smart plug to control lamps and things like that. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm just going to unbox this and show you how hard or how easy it is to set up, because I've never tried one of these things before. So I'll take you along for the ride and see whether it's easy or not. So the first thing is that I purchased this from JB Hi-Fi in Sydney, and although the price tag says $49 as of June 2019, this is retailing at $38, and it's $38 at every shop. So that's I found, so I don't think there's much of a need to do a lot of shopping around. Depending on your system too, this is an app-based thing, so you need to download your app either from the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. So that means you can use it if you have an iPhone or an Android, so which is good. This is not directly, as far as I know, not directly workable with your HomePod and stuff like that, so it doesn't have that Apple Home Kit thing, which is okay by me. I do have a lot of iOS stuff and that would be useful, but it's not a deal breaker for me. The other benefit of this is that it also works with voice. I don't know whether it works with Siri, but it definitely works with Google Assistant and Alexa, which is a bonus because I've got some Alexa stuff, and it just makes it more sort of compatible with other non-Apple stuff if you're not fully invested into the iOS ecosphere. So let's unbox this. Now hopefully I don't need a knife because it's all shrink wrapped. So let's get rid of all the plasticky stuff. So I'm just in the process of unboxing this. I've taken the plastic off, and inside this box there's another box. There is a welcome to Casa, let's get started with your new smart plug. So basically what it's telling you to do is firstly is to install an app on your phone called Casa. So it's available, as I said, from the App Store as well as Google Play. So let's get on to that. I'm going to go to my App Store on my iPhone, and we're going to go search for, what's it called? It's called Casa, K-A-S-A. Is what it's called. And basically it's got here, that's the app on the top, it's the Casa Smart Home app. So double click to install. Face ID is awesome because you don't have to type any passwords in. Whilst that's installing, the smart plug has just fallen out of its box. What's in the box? It's kind of smart plug and nothing. So this is a smart plug. It's very light. I guess the only other issue at this point that I could see is because it's a little bit sort of sizable, is whether if you've got a double wall adapter, is whether you're going to be able to plug something else adjacent to that. So we'll find that out in a sec. But it's actually very light and there's nothing to it at all. It's just like any other adapter really. So I'm going to open this app, and it says Casa would like you to send you notifications. So I click allow. Welcome home to Casa. Everything you need to get up and running. Casa helps you enjoy the convenience and peace of mind of a fully connected smart home. So it's now asking me to create an account. So going to have to do that. And it says select location. So Australia is where I am, and create account. You can skip it. I wonder what happens when you skip it. Let's just try skipping the create account thing. It says if you don't create an account, you'll miss out on smart integration. So you will need this Casa account to control your devices with Alexa, Google, and Nest. So, and gives you control of your devices away from home. So you're going to have to create an account. I think that's the way to go. So I'll click on create account, and then an email has been sent. So you're going to have to verify. So you've got to go to your email and wait till you get this thing. Oh, it says activation acquired. And then it says, thank you for registering you for a TP-Link ID. To complete your TP-Link registration, please click on the button within an hour. So I'm clicked on that, and it says activation successful. Congratulations, blah, 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 blah. So we'll go back to the app, and you click on I'm already verified. It says, Casa would like you to use your location, determine sunrise and sunset times. So I'm going to allow, and then it says no devices yet. Add your devices by tapping the button on the top right. Your saved devices will be listed here. So without blinding you guys, for the purposes of this demonstration, I've just plugged a normal lamp into the PowerPoint, and I'm going to turn it on. This is just me turning on the lamp using the button. So you can see that the lamp clearly works. Now as you can see, this is a double PowerPoint, and I've got the lamp plugged in. There's something else plugged in here, and I'm just now going to see if I can plug this new plug in. So I'm going to pull the other one out. So this is the plug. I'm going to plug it in. So it actually blocks the power outlet, so you're going to have to flip that on before you plug it in because you can't reach it. So you can see that. So you can see that all the lights have come on, and what I mentioned before is that once you've got this plugged into the power socket, I'm not sure that you're going to be able to plug something else in. So we won't use anything weird, but we'll just use a conventional plug of something else, and you can't really plug it in when this thing's on. So basically it does block your other outlets. So that's a little bit of a shame, but I guess there's not a lot you can do about that. So what I'll do now is I will plug the lamp into the smart plug like so. So the lamp is on, the lamp itself is on, and you can see that the lamp is now on. So you can see by the shadow on my face that the lamp is currently on, and I'm going to use the app, and I'm going to add a device, which is the top right hand corner. It says add a device, and it's going to be like give you a number of options, and we're going to pick smart plug because that's what we got, and it's the HS110, so it's the option on the top. So click yes. Please connect your iPhone to your Wi-Fi network to continue setup. So sorry, I had to go away and come back. For some reason our whole Wi-Fi network went down and I wasn't able to get a connection, so I fixed that out. But as you can see, I've moved again to another area because I don't know why I moved. I might just go back to the other area. So sorry guys, had a little technical hitch, but hopefully we're back in business. Just going to get positioned. So as you can see, the light is currently on. It's been turned on manually using just the point in the wall. I'm now going to open the app, the Casa app, and then I'm going to add a device, which is a smart plug, which is the option on the top. Plug in your smart plug. The Wi-Fi light will turn solid orange. So I'm waiting for that to turn. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm going to just press next. After about 15 seconds, the Wi-Fi light should start blinking orange and green. And it is, trust me, it's blinking orange and green. I don't know if you can see it, but it is kind of blinking orange and green. I'm going to press next. Go to your phone setting and join your smart plug Wi-Fi network. So I'm going to go to the settings on my phone. I'm going to go to the TP-Link setting, and it says go back to the app. So it says connected to your smart plug. Tap here to go back to the app to finish setup. So I'm going to go back to the app, and it says choose a network. We found them for your smart plug, so I'm going to go to your home Wi-Fi network, and the password is, I'm just going to have to go get it. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back. I had to go reset the thing, and it's now found it, and now it says name your device. So I'm going to call it Smart Plug. How's that for an original name there? Click Save. And it says Customize Icon. So we're just going to pick the Smart Plug icon. Click Save. It says Congratulations. You're configured your Smart Plug and it's ready for use on your device list. And then it says bottom sounds good. So I'm going to click Sounds Good. Firmware update. New firmware is available for your smart plug. This will only take a few minutes. So now I'm going to click update. So I'm going to sit there and wait for it to update. Now, I'm sorry that this has been a little bit of a jumbled video, but I've had some technical difficulties. And having said that, it's one of the things that happens when you adopt new technologies, that you've got to be aware that sometimes things stuff up. And you're just going to have to deal with the fact that it does. And you're just going to have to roll with it. So whilst this is updating, I just wanted to say, like, Hopefully when the technology is set up, it's going to really speed things up, and it's going to make us feel like that we actually wanted to buy the stuff and that we haven't completely wasted our money. And this is why I wanted to buy something that wasn't ridiculously expensive to start with, because it can be very frustrating if that's the case. And you know, you just want to get used to stuff. I know that a lot of the times I do tend to adopt to technology early, and that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's good in that you get to play with the newer stuff, and that's really cool. But sadly, with that, it goes with the possibility that stuff just doesn't work properly, and the second firmware updates tend to make things a lot better. Having said that, it says update complete, so I'm going to click done, and then now you've got a smart plug. So what you can do then is, I guess you can just press the button. If you press it on, theoretically, if I press it, the light should, you can see that little light just here at the bottom. If I press the button, the light should turn off. And there you go, that's off, that's on, just by tapping the, where's my finger, missed it, the on off button just there. Can I see it on the screen? Yeah, there, on off. Now once you've done that, if you click on the thing, there is like a bigger button which is a better on off, on, off, on. There are settings, so you can schedule, you can have a timer, you can do it for a weight, and you can monitor energy. So I'm going to click on the energy one, and it tells you that the current power usage, the total consumption, the daily average, all this kind of stuff, which might be helpful if you want to know how much your appliance is using power. And there's a runtime thing as well on the app. And if you go back, you just go back to this screen, and if you go back once more, it just gives you a list. So if you've got more than one smart plug or one other device, it will list on that screen. So I'm going to turn this off now, and now it's all off, and close the app. You're still back on your home Wi-Fi network, so it's all good. So that's the end of the brief review of the TP-Link smart plug, which is a home automation device allowing you to plug in your peripheral electrical appliances. Now, as I said in the start of this video, I think this would be very helpful, mainly for us to be like a security away from home. If we're out for the day and we're not home until late, to flick it on so that there is some light in the house. It'd be good also when you travel, if I get a couple of these, we can set it up like I used to with the other lamps, and everyone does it, so I don't know that's any big deal, but it's just good to have some light going on around the house, and it does make people feel like that you're at home at the time, so that it adds a little bit to the security. What else would I use it for? I guess it would be useful just to be able to be lazy and not get out of bed to turn off the light. There are things that it's not going to be useful for. I don't think you'd use this, for example, to power on or off your computer. It wouldn't be something I would use to power on or off, you know, cooking appliances or anything like that. It would be purely for lighting and maybe heating and cooling. So you could theoretically plug a fan on this and turn it on and turn it off as you please. There really literally isn't that many other useful applications for this. I just got a notification saying connected to smart plug, tap here to go back to the Casa app to finish setup. So I'm going to click on that, and why is it asking me to do more stuff? It doesn't seem to have any information here asking me to do more stuff. I don't know why I noticed like that. The other thing that it might be worthwhile trying out is whether you can use voice control. So we have Alexas and things like that, and I guess one of the things that would be good is to be able to say like, hey Alexa, turn on a light. So I'm just going to have a look into that, and I'm going to see if it works, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Okay, so I've worked out the next step. So I'm going to do my Amazon Alexa app on my phone, and when you open that app, you can add your smart home skills. So if you click on add smart home skills, you could click enable smart home skills, and over here you can scroll to the TP-Link Casa, which sadly only has 2.5 stars, so we'll see how good that is. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to press enable to use. So it's downloading, I think, the thing. It says sign in to allow Amazon Alexa to control your thing. So I'm guessing that I have to sign in using my Alexa info rather than the TP-Link info. So I've done that. I've clicked. I'm going to go ahead and press authorize, and then it says been successfully linked. Now it says what to do next. Close this window to discover smart home. So I close it. Smart home discover devices must be discovered before they can be used with Alexa. So you touch on discover devices. Alexa is now discovering devices. This may take longer than 20 seconds. So everything should be working. So I should be getting a message that says discovering stuff. Fingers crossed. Hopefully that's going to work. One plug discovered. Yay! Your plug has been added to your Alexa account. Next time we will set up the device for easy use. So you touch on, I'm going to touch on set up device. Add your plug to a group. To keep your devices organized, place your plug in a group. So I'm going to choose a group and I'm going to call it, how about I call it the living room. So I'm going to touch that, the living room, and I'm going to click add to group at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead, click continue, and then done. So what I'm going to do, how am I going to get this to turn on? I'm going to go ahead and say, Alexa, turn on this lounge room light. It's not working very well at the moment. It's going to turn the volume up. Turn on lights.
I'm not sure which lights you want. What room are they in?
Turn on living room lights.
All right. Is the smart plug in the turn on living room lights?
Yes.
Okay. I'll remember smart plug is connected to a light. You can change this anytime. Next time I'll understand turn on living room lights. If other devices are in this room, you can ask me to add them to the turn on living room lights at any time.
Okay, I'm going to try it again. Turn off living room lights. There you go.
Okay.
So you can see it works on voice. So that's the end of my video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys got a little bit of an insight on how to install a smart home appliance. In my opinion, it went okay. There were a couple of technical glitches, but I'm just wondering that if there was glitches like this, whether most people who aren't particularly technologically minded would be able to sort it out. And I guess it'll be okay, but not everything goes without any hassle, and same goes for setting up any new technology, whether it's a smart plug, whether it's your computer, whether it's your phone. There's always a couple of teething problems, and I can deal with that as long as it continues to work well. So I'm going to test it out and see how well it works in real life. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed, leave a comment. If you have any questions or anything like that, give me a thumbs up, and I'll catch you next time in another video. See you later. Turn on the living room light.
Okay.
Turn off the living room light.